Now I know that I usually don't do a lot of voiceovers over a lot of my videos, and while I do try to do them, a lot of times I end up getting a very angry, very angry to the point that I don't enjoy playing Mortal Kombat 1. So a lot of times that's why a lot of the videos that you see don't have my voices. I do record a lot of my voice. I do record my voice a lot of the times, but a lot of times it just ends with me either screaming at the screen or me just starting to play music in the middle of it, just so I don't, go jump off a bridge somewhere. But that's not why I'm making this video. I wanted to, come out today and talk about pretty much just the future. Well, we've been talking about this for since Quan Chi back in December, but the future of Mortal Kombat. Because at this point, one has to wonder, is this really the plan that they're going to go for with MK1, where they just kind of go radio silent, drop something and like drip feed us content every month? That's why, because that's the only way you can make sense to me why they would drip feed us a real character and then the cameo the month after, so it feels like the game always has content every month, even though it really doesn't. A lot of the times the cameos just aren't particularly good. Case in point, I think I've run into maybe two. I want to say maybe two Janet Cages. Do I think that she flopped? I don't necessarily think she did. Maybe she did in terms of the casual community, mainly just because, as a stance cameo, most of the people aren't going to really use them. Even to this day, a lot of people use Chameleon, and before that, Trimmer. He's one of those characters to me that's hit and miss, where if you aren't using a specific character, he's just not particularly, good at all. But at the very least, Movado looks to be of the first cameo that, or not the first, but a cameo that everyone can use, whether it's probably pro players, casual players. Now, of course, it's too early to tell if he's going to be good or not, but he at least looks like he'll be, fun. Next is, just the obvious one, the balancing of Mortal Kombat, because I don't think that there has ever been a fighting game with this stagnant of a meta ever. And what I mean by that is we've had this same meta for almost like 7 months, I want to say. So 7-8 months of the same meta, the same characters at the top tier. That is fucking diabolical what they are doing to this game. It's almost impressive how much this game is like cooked. Like, characters that have been needing buffs since day one are neglected. Characters that have been needing, at least some adjustments, also same thing. Of course, some people will say, they don't believe in nerfing. And you can make the argument that in the case of this game, everyone just needs to be like overhaul buffed. Like, they just need to be sent to the moon so the game is actually at least watchable. Because right now, it's really kind of bland to play this game, because a lot of the characters just are so generic. They're so boring. And this isn't me trying to be, negative or any of that. I'm just saying that it is getting tiring playing the exact same meta for the past 7-8-ish months. It gets very old very fast. Of course, I would love to see, in a perfect world, I'd love to see NetherRealm put out, even if it's a small balance patch every month. I think most people would be okay with that, whether it's frame tweaks, damage tweaks. I'm pretty sure people would be okay with that. But going 7-8 months, like there's a Yu-Gi-Oh ban list of radio silence, doing nothing, that I can't get behind. Hopefully, once again, Ermac isn't out yet. Hopefully Ermac at least sets a precedent that the next cameo, or not cameos, DLC characters coming out are going to be, over the top, ridiculous, fun, and not, and at least more fair-ish to fight. Peacemaker, to me, was fine. It's really just the the force field that really just felt a bit much, because essentially, unless you are using Sub-Zero, you really aren't going to have a fun time fighting Peacemaker. Especially if he's trying to zone you. Which, you know, brings us to the next one. The cameos. Why have the cameos not been touched? Like, every cameo in this game is so one note and boring. I will say this, I have been seeing a whole lot more of, you know, different cameos than before. Of course, it is still Striker Lau regardless, because Striker Lau is, you know, it's still, I would say, the two best cameos in the game, even beyond their nerfs, because they just do so much and they make the game, you know, brain dead. But, you know, I've been seeing a whole lot of more characters. You know, I've been seeing a lot more sectors, surprisingly. I've been seeing Tremors pop up. I've even seen a few Cyraxes from time to time, which, you know, I'm guessing that's their idea. I guess that's what they're going for. But really, the main problem is every cameo just feels terrible. And what I mean by that is they don't feel strong. They just feel watered down. Maybe not watered down. I don't have the exact word for it, but they don't feel as powerful as they should be. Like, usually in a tag fighter, even the tag characters are, you know, stupid, just like the actual characters. Whereas the characters in this game, they're like kind of not garbage, but they're just not up to par. Like, a lot of the times, most of these aren't really that good. Of course, once again, I would like to see another cameo buff for a whole bunch of characters. I like to see, like, if you really wanted to make characters like over the top, maybe make Sub-Zero's armor the same as Peacemaker's, increase Chameleon's time in between changes to like maybe 9 or 10 seconds. If you really wanted to break the game, you could make Frost's orb unblockable, but it's a whole lot slower. Just throwing dumb shit out there. You get the picture. I'd like to see for the upcoming month or next month, whatever, them do a ban list, not a ban list, an update for the cameos, regular characters. I think at this point, Invasions is going to be what it is. It's probably not going to make it past Mortal Kombat 1. I pretty much expect in Mortal Kombat 13, Mortal Kombat 2, who knows, whatever they're going to call it, that Invasions won't come back. In all honesty, I think they probably might do a Conquest mode, but Invasions is done. Whatever they do with the story DLC expansion, whatever. I would like to see them do a character buff for almost every character. Because, of course, it's impossible for them to do a character rework. Not impossible, but very improbable for them to, you know, go back and rework characters. A lot of times they're just going to leave them as is and just, you know, leave them by the wayside and go, if that's the way they are, that's the way they are. There's nothing we can do. Next, I want to talk about the MK store. What in the hell is happening with this store? Of course, they've done some good stuff. The MK3, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Smoke skins are great. But why is it that this store is still more or less garbage? Like, a good portion of this store is pretty much just a waste of space. Like, there's no point to any of it. Like, and what I've always found so weird is the fact that you have a lot of those skins, a lot of skins just in the game sitting around. Like, if you've played the Mortal Kombat 1 story, I think it's chapter 14 or 13 or something like that, where a lot of the Mortal Kombat characters play or go against like dark versions of themselves. So we know that they have Raiden's MK11 outfit in the files. We know that they have that Reiko outfit where he looked like a hunter outfit. I don't remember what, like, you have skins that are in the game, more or less. Maybe they're not, you know, rigged up, you know, all the way or whatever, but You have the skins in there. Why have you not put them in the store? Because I hope for your sake you're not, hoping to wait around for, every character's what's called to come around for, the season of Reiko, whatever season that is, whether that's, season 7 or season 23, who knows? I hope you're not expecting us to wait for our character to come around when you haven't given us a roadmap of who the future people are. You always are just kind of doing it one at a time. I would just say put those skins in the store. Put the Reiko skin in there. Put the Raiden skin in there. Put the Titan Havoc skin in there. Because if you're expecting people to wait until, their respective character finally gets a season, this game is basically not even on life support. It's dead. This game's cooked. So what exactly are you expecting us to do? Like, let's just say your favorite character is Geras. Basically, you would have to wait potentially sometime it's either after April or July is when the next season probably is, and maybe that's Geras' time, or at most, or maybe you gotta wait 1 to 2 years later down the road to get your person, to get a dedicated season for your character. That's kind of shitty, which is why I would like for them to kind of just say F it and just do these in twos. Just do them in twos. It'll cut the time down in half. Because we've had the season of the Huntress, which was Melina. I think next one is supposed to be Raiden. I didn't finish Invasions. But after Raiden, you could do the season of, let's say Blood and Sand. So let's just say Natara didn't get one. The season of Blood, Blood and Sand. Natara and Geras. The season of, let's say, Chaos and Order. So Havoc and Ashura. The season of, Humility and Fame, or something along those lines, Johnny Raiden. Like, you get the picture. Just to speed these along, so characters that you pretty much know aren't going to get their day in the sun while the game's alive, and they at least have a better shot. Because right now, the odds Lee May gets a dedicated season, not looking good. The odds, Tanya is getting a dedicated season. People that, no one's really kind of up over arms waiting, over hand and foot for these, for these characters to come out. We're pretty much just waiting around for nothing. But once again, these are all just in the context of Mortal Kombat 1. Invasions is not making it past Mortal Kombat 1. There's no way it is. I'm pretty sure they're making like a conquest mode or something for MK13 or whatever. But yeah, once again, I know that this I know this video technically really didn't have a lot of structure to it or whatever. But I just wanted to ramble, talk about what kind of things I would like to see for the future of Mortal Kombat 1. Just ideas. They don't necessarily have to be implemented right at the end of the month. Even if it's just, slowly through the summer. And it's all finally patched in when Takeda drops in, which is, I believe, August or something along those lines, then I would be okay with that. But let me know what you guys think. I've been your boy Mementos, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Final round. Fight!
for punishment.
Round 2. Fight! Finish him. Ashura wins.
My wounds are a badge of...
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Finish her!